Alright, this will be an interesting one. A little bit boring, but we can make something out of this, I'm sure. We're going to make this interesting, folks. I don't know how big we're going to make it. We're going to make it 200 so far. And, oh, I don't want that. Stupid. This user interface is clumsy, to say the least, folks. Koenig and Minolta have really excelled themselves at stupidity when they designed this style of user interface, and they don't even have the brains to add new features or to improve on things. Let's see how we go. Right, what do we got? We got here, I found this, wardrobes. I actually found this, believe it or not, in a David Jones shop. This catalogue, and I thought I'd just souvenir it because I want to use it for my demos. So I've got to just find, there's the bookmark there. I'm just trying to, it's a bit of a flimsy little bookmark I've made out of this other cutting from another piece of material that I'm using. So I'm going to just quickly play with the buttons while I'm at it. So I'm wondering which part's going to go to the top. I'm going to make that part there. Right, I'm going to lie it down half sideways, and we're just going to, this silly thing's a pain. Wondering if we're going to slide it across and line it up with the A6. I'm just wondering if that's going to work. This is a tricky one, folks. A little bit tricky. We're trying to make it look as nice as possible, being a boring catalogue, and we're just having these pages, trying to get this page right up against the edge of the glass. So we're just going to try and drop the dock feeder on it just gently, and we're just going to quickly press the button and see how we go. So let's see how this looks. Okay. Alright, let's see how that looks. Let's see if we've made it look good. Anyway, yeah, it looks nice. Looks like, oh, that's just the edge of the, that's just part of the image. But I like this wallpaper. The wallpaper looks really nice. Don't know if I like this too much. Wondering what we're going to do with it. Gonna just change the position of this. Maybe we're going to make it A4, A5. Going to use the A5 area on here, so we're just going to line the page up. So we're just going to line it up like so. We're going to use the A5 area. We're going to make it a smaller enlargement. So we're going to just go here, and we're just going to switch over to 141.4. I think hopefully this will do it better than 200. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, it looks good, but unfortunately we got this bloody price tag. We don't want that fucking price tag in our image, so I'm going to have to make it a bit bigger, and I'm going to have to make this a bit bigger because that's the bottom of the job. I don't know, fuck me dead. I have to see. So the bottom of the job, which is the bottom? So the bottom is the part near the edge of the glass. I got a feeling. Yeah, I can see it now, folks. This is the problem. This edge. We've got to make sure we overlap this edge here, the picture, before we go anywhere. We're going to just overlap that. We'll just take a guesstimate as to how we overlap it. So we're going to have to make it a bit bigger than A4 to A5. We're going to make this look a lot better than what it is. So I'm going to enlarge it a lot bigger, a fair amount bigger, and we've lost our settings because we got so caught up in the moment. so as to speak. Well, not a fun moment as such. So we're going to make the vertical 141, and we're going to make the horizontal 170. We're going 170. We're going to have a stretched image, but you know, this is art, so we can have a little bit of creative license here with this shit, with this piece of IKEA. So a bit of IKEA fun. So much so, let's see how we can make this look really good. Outside its usual function of being a catalogue for a big furniture giant. Let's see how we go. Yeah, my parents used to buy a lot of IKEA when we were young. Yeah, I must admit I don't enjoy assembling things, although Dad always did that. But basically I don't like having to assemble things when I buy things. And yeah, we've made this, that looks a lot better, but we still got that damn price tag, so we've got to make that vertical a lot smaller. But that looks interesting. I'm actually thinking, well, let's see how we go. Right, maybe 170 is still a little bit too large, so we're going to make it maybe 160, and we're going to go by 160, so there'll be no distortion of the aspect ratio in this take. So let's see if it looks better. But yeah, IKEA, that's why IKEA is so cheap, is because you have to assemble it yourself. It even comes with an Allen key. You get an Allen key with your IKEA purchase, and you basically assemble it yourself. As I said, I don't like the idea of assembling things on my own. I always worry I'm going to fuck it up and it's going to cost, you know, because when you fuck something up, there's often a price to that, and it's not good. It's not good when you buy something and you have to assemble it yourself, then you fuck it up. I bought myself, I haven't used it hardly, but I bought myself a television from Dick Smith. And even something like that requires a little bit of assembly, so you have to assemble the base onto the screen. So that's a real bit of a nuisance. I didn't like that. I did it all right. It was only a simple assembly. I'll probably end up selling that TV or giving it away. I don't watch TV, folks, very often. I don't know why I got it. But anyway, I'll have a use for it. Certainly, if something really major happens, but I'm not really a watcher as such. I don't tend to watch much telly, but basically it's an example of what I've had to assemble. Or my computer monitor, again, about assembling the screen to the base, and basically that was a real pain in the ass. So I don't like assembling things, folks. And also my Ronson fan, that required a little bit of assembly. So that was a pain in the ass. I had a little bit of difficulty with that, but I managed to get through it. But it's very difficult. It would have been nice to have someone to help me assemble it, to make it easier. But I managed to assemble it myself. I'm always afraid I'm going to break something when I have to do things on my own. So, but the thing is, a lot of the time assembly is needed because it just has to fit into a box and it takes up less space. So I think that's the rationale, and it makes the product cheaper, like the IKEA example. But I don't like assembling things as a general rule. I'd rather things would come pre-assembled. That's just the way that I am. Let's see if we can make this good. Unfortunately, the sides have curled on that, which is a pain in the ass. So we're just lining up with the edge there. Anyway, apart from that damn curling, that looks quite geometric. I think now we can call this demo quits.